Hi, we just finished meeting for intonation practice on Wednesday, the last day of January, January 31st. And we started with I just feel like. And you don't have to say just, you can skip the T and just have an S. I just feel like. You're keeping the airflow going. I just feel like. I just feel like I should have eaten a better lunch. Coulda. So coulda comes from starting with could have and then making the contraction could've, and then you can drop the v and say coulda. And we don't have any official spelling for this. We just usually use an A, but this A sounds like So coulda. And I used the vowel, the phonetic symbol for because there's nothing on my keyboard that I can represent it with. We could have been there by now. Been there by now. We should have been there by now. We would have been there by now, but we're not. A little bit. Little. It can be dull, or you can make it a little faster, little. And it just have a barely moving your tongue down from the L position down back up for the D sound. Little, little, little. So it's a very small movement, little bit, and hold the T, bit, so you won't hear it. Do you want some more? Just a little bit. There you go. This I had a hard time deciding should I emphasize there you go or go there you go, because either one, there's no wrong answer. There you go. There you go. Run that you may obtain it. Run that you may, no connections, may, there's kind of an invisible Y. Well, there's a Y. May obtain it. The N will connect and it'll sound like knit, and then hold the T. Run that you may obtain it. Now, these things took place as examples for us, and I only put the place as examples for us because that's lots of connections. Place as I could put an S here. It doesn't matter. Place you're going to keep the S moving. Place as examples for us. You don't hear the K or the G. Your tongue's going to that position and you just hold it. Exam. Now, these things took place as examples for us. This one I thought about doing must. We must not indulge in, but I'm just going with not because it's a negative word. So we must not indulge in. We must not, and it's going to sound like snot. Hold the T. We must not in. And when you release the T, it is now a D because it's between two voiced sounds. We must not indulge in. And I have a little I said this is what kids start noticing of how different English can sound and what it looks like, because it's not funny. When you say it all connected, it sounds like it's snot funny. And little kids think anything with snot, boogers is really funny. So then that becomes funny. It's not funny. We must not indulge in. That's where it came from. Israel's history. History can be shortened, so instead of history, just two syllables, history. Israel's history. Were destroyed by the destroyer. Were destroyed. So D changes to duh. Destroyed by the destroyer. The generation of Israelites. Now remember that of is spelled OF, but it sounds like UV. So when there's a vowel after that, you can move the V over. That's why it's going to sound like the generation of Israelites. Of Viz. The generation of Israelites. This is a very long sentence. Let me make this there. We need to now look at it on a more granular level to determine the best solution. We need this T changes to a D. We need now look at it on. All of this is connected, and the K moves over. Look at. This T changes to a D. Add it. This T changes to a D. Idon, and this N connects to the A. Look at it on a more granular level to determine the best solution. You can just skip the T completely. So it's going to sound like I just put we need to look at the Donna instead of the whole sentence. That's where the most connections are. What a coincidence about both prefectures. What a, the T changes to a D. What a coincidence. That will connect. About, you won't hear the T. Both prefectures. What a coincidence about both prefectures. Full of spirit behind the scenes. This one, I wasn't sure, would I say full of spirit behind the scenes or full of spirit behind the scenes? Either way, I went with spirit and scenes. Fulla, this is where you can drop the V and the of and just say So when there's a consonant after of, you can skip the V. Fulla, full of spirit behind the scenes, and hold the T in spirit because there's a consonant after it. It's not funny. The sudden gusts of wind. Gusts, I said the V. You shouldn't say the V. The sudden. This is where you can say sudden with a D, or you can shorten it. Your tongue goes up to the D position, which maybe I'll put a D here. Sud. I think I had a D on the other one. You're not going to hear the D. Your tongue goes to the D position, sudden, and make the noise. It's called a syllabic N because you're making the N become, a syllable all by itself. Gusts, we don't have to say STS. We just skip the T, gusts. And then we don't have to say the V, gussa. The sudden gusts of wind, and hold the final D. The sudden gusts of wind. We were terribly scolded. There were no connections here. Just don't make the final D, duh noise. We were terribly scolded. It's notorious for. It's sna will connect. It's notorious for. And row a boat. Row a boat. All right. And I'll do them. Oh, we had some words. Let me do the single words. Examples. Examples. Hope I hit that mute button in time. History gets shortened to history. Granular or granular. And sudden or sudden. Okay. I just feel like we could have been there by now. We should have been there by now. We would have been there by now. A little bit. A little, a little bit. There you go. There you go. Run that you may obtain it. Now, these things took place as examples for us. We must not indulge in Israel's history were destroyed by the destroyer, the generation of Israelites. We need to now look at it on a more granular level to determine the best solution. What a coincidence about both prefectures. Full of spirit behind the scenes. It's not funny. The sudden gusts of wind. We were terribly scolded. It's notorious for. Row a boat. All right, that's it. Thanks. It was good to see everybody. I'm sorry about missing last week, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. Have a good day.